Hello class. Now here we're going to see how exactly internal construction of first kind of self-starter motor are there we are using in case of the motorcycle. So this is a self-start motor and this is a solenoid which is seated above the self-start motor. In the previous video we have seen how exactly current flowing in this overall circuit. Now we will see how exactly mechanical action take place, that is engagement and disengagement take place in case of the first kind of self-starting system. So this is a self-starter motor looks internally. Okay, this it is as shown in slide. It is divided into two segments. One is the DC motor and this is the solenoid. So imagine from the battery there is a power coming here first of all into the solenoid. Remember that the power first come into the solenoid first. So power first of all come into the solenoid via battery whenever you are turning the key. In case of the four-wheeler we are turning the key. In case of the two-wheeler we are pressing a self start button. Okay, so just imagine or just consider here, whenever we are turning a key is equivalent to pressing a self start button. Okay, so this is the action equivalent to pressing a self start button. So that's why I'm um, intentionally saying whenever we are turning a key, that time power get transmitted to positive terminal of battery to the solenoid, and after solenoid to the starter motor, and after it get back to the negative terminal. So remember here, whenever we are turning a key, that time power from the battery entering the solenoid first. Okay, whenever it entering to the solenoid, that time the power is start to flowing. Okay, that time power is same way the power start to flowing. The one of the winding, you can see here there are two type of winding present in case of the solenoid. One is the holding winding and second is the pulling winding. The green color winding inside the solenoid is a pulling type winding, and the red color winding shown here is of the hold hold type winding. So hold type winding are coming here, and it is having a number of turn and get grounded over here, and the green type of winding are coming from here having a number of turns, and it is connected to this point here. Okay, and this point further leads to the brushes running on the communicator of motor. So this is a brushes, these two are the brushes which is communicating with this the communicator or rotor of this motor. Okay, so whenever we are turning the key, that time current are coming through this way. Okay, current is coming through this way, and it initially flowing through this pulling winding. The pull in winding are of small gauge, so it offers a more resistance, so rate of current flowing through it is very less. So at that way the current entering to the starter motor through this wire brushes, and that time this motor start to rotate very slow speed. As I told you, we are using here small gauge wire, so current flowing through this wire is very less as it offers the more resistance. So the speed of rotor of this DC of this motor is very slow. It rotate at less rpm. It rotate at less rpm. Okay, so it rotates. Okay, remember that rotational moment of the starter motor, but it is low. At the same time, as this pull in winding get energized, this soft iron core, okay, this is a soft iron core, get pulled back in downward in it get pulled back in this direction. Okay, this is a solenoid. Whenever this winding get energized, green color winding, that is pulling winding, the soft iron core get pulled back in this direction against this small spring if you observe here. Okay, so this whenever this soft iron core get pulled back, that time there is one disc present over here. Okay, this disc having a position here. When this soft iron core get pushed back completely, that time the current start flowing through directly through this way. Now it passing through, or this current are passing through not only through pulling winding, it also passing through a direct connection. Now amount of current passes to carbon brushes and communicate with the rotor is in large magnitude or bigger in magnitude. So now our motor start to rotates in high speed. But one question may arise, why the slow speed and the high speed action is there, and what happened when this armature going in this direction? You should have to notice one thing here. There is a arrangement made here that is called as a fulcrum arrangement. What will happen then? We will see one by one. Whenever current flowing through this way, it enter through initially that pulling winding having number of turn around the soft iron core. This is a soft iron core, and after it connected to the this wire which is going to the carbon brushes. So whenever current flowing through this thing, it energizes this winding. This energization of winding responsible to attract soft iron core in this direction. Okay, that time soft iron core going in this direction against this small spring force. At the same time, it responsible to pull this green color lever in this direction along with itself. This green color lever is pivoted at this point. Whenever this end of green color lever is going in this direction, opposite end going in this direction. Okay, and here somewhere the gear which is located on magneto is present. When this lever moving in this direction, this end of lever moving in this direction, this gear is pushes in this direction and it get engaged with this pinion. Okay, this pinion. So this gear which is fixed with the magneto are supposed to engage with this pinion of motor when this lever are pushing it forward direction. So whenever power supplying through this way, pull-in winding to carbon brush, that time the amount of ampere or current is very less. The motor are rotating in slow speed in such way that the teeth present on this pinion have to mesh with teeth present on this gear. So that's why we are having initially very slow rotation of this motor. At the same time, rotation, at the same time forward sliding. Okay, so in order to mesh these teeth with teeth present on magneto gear, we are having less magnitude of current flowing through pull-in winding. So this rotor supposed to rotor of the motor supposed to rotate at a slow speed. At the same time, another end, this armature, soft iron core moving in now backward direction in order to make the forward movement of this pinion. Okay, so rotational plus forward movement. Once this flange of soft iron core is fully comes backward, it make a contact of this point with this point. Now the amount of current get passes through this way directly to the brushes, and now the magnitude of current is bigger one and the RPM is highest. And now motor rotating at its full speed and your vehicle supposed to start. Once your vehicle supposed to start, you're supposed to release the key. Once key releases, this current get terminates, this current get terminates, soft iron core pushes in its original position due to the spring present over. As soft iron core push goes to its original position, this Fulcrum will also push in this direction. If this Fulcrum will push in this direction about this pivot point, this thing come in this direction. When this thing come in direction, this pinion get disengage from the gear present on the magnet. So now at engine at the high speed, as engine started, so we should release starter motor from the engine. Otherwise we know start engine speed is more than the starter motor, and if we keep engage starter motor with our engine, then it rotates, that starter motor rotates more than its rated RPM, and it start to behave as a generator, and very high magnitude of current generate inside this motor which responsible to damage this entirely. So as soon as your engine starts, you should have to disengage our starter motor. So this is a engagement disengagement phenomena we done through this solenoid here. Okay, so this is our overrunning clutch type starter motor as we have studied here. Still, if you face any difficulty to understand this concept, ask me in our Google Classroom. Thank you.